Welcome to OpenText Output Server installation with Oracle database using SID. Here we will go through the standard installation of OpenText Output Server version 16.6 on a Linux machine with Oracle database using SID, that is System Identifier. For this, the prerequisites are a valid Output Server license file, Oracle installed on a remote machine. For this, user table space and size will have to be created along with granting privileges. Next, we need open source package star file. This star file will contain all the open source softwares that have been used in Output Server. Next, we need data direct ODBC drivers. So ODBC driver will have to be installed prior to Output Server installation. There would be a separate video which would cover all these prerequisites in detail. Now to install Output Server, the package will be available on Microsoft Teams shortly, whereas post 16.6 release it will be available on OpenText My Support page. Next, we will look into the steps to install Output Server on a Linux machine with Oracle database using SID. Log into a Linux machine and navigate to the path where Output Server package is located. We will list the files here. So these are the files that are available in the package. Do not use system generated Perl. It is always recommended to use the Perl that is provided with the package, as it would contain Output Server configuration changes. We use setup.pl script to start the installation. So we will begin the installation here. On running the setup script, we are prompted with two options. One is to install OpenText Output Management product components, or two is to uninstall. On every operation we choose, there is a default option that is being prompted here. So we can hit enter and go with the default option, or we can choose other available options and proceed further. We can use the same setup script to uninstall Output Server. So we will begin the installation by choosing option 1. Next, we need to select the package, whether it is OpenText Output Server or OpenText Output Server client only. So we'll go with option 1, OpenText Output Server. Next is to select the type of installation. So we'll go with option 1, that is standard installation. Here we need to choose an operation of license or fingerprint generation. So we'll go with the license setup, where we will provide a license file. Here we need to provide the full path of the generated license file along with the file name. This has to be a valid license file, otherwise you will not be able to proceed further and you would be prompted to provide a valid license file. Next, we need to enter the path where we want to install Output Server binaries. Here you can provide a path of your choice. I have provided the path. So it says the directory does not exist. Do you want to create it? We'll choose yes. Next, we need to enter the path where we want to install Output Server instance. So it has taken the same path that we have provided for Output Server binaries. So I'll continue with that. Next, we need to enter the path where we want to store Output Server log files. So it has prompted a path where it will create a log folder under the path of Output Server instance. So this directory does not exist. Do you want to create it? Yes. Next, we need to enter the username who will own the installed files. You could enter the username of your choice. So I'll go with the default. Next, do you want to restrict access to server binaries to other users? No. Do you want to create a set of default servers? So we'll go with option 1, where it will create primary servers and one default server for each delivery server. Next, we need to enter the OpenText Output Server domain name. Again, you could choose a domain name of your choice. but make sure that it starts with a letter and it can contain letters, numbers or other specific characters. So I'll continue with the default. Next we need to enter the output server NM port number, and again it has to be in the range that is given here. So I'll enter 4015. Next, do you want to configure advanced server options including firewall and multi-network interface card support? So we will not go with advanced server options, no. Do you want this setup to start the servers at the end of installation? Yes. Next, we need to select the type of database that we want to use. So we'll enter option 3 and proceed. Next, we need to choose the type of connection identifier to connect to Oracle database. So we'll go with option 1, Oracle System Identifier. Next, we need to enter the host name or IP address where Oracle database server is running. We will now connect to remote host where Oracle database server is running. I have now logged into a remote host. Here we see that Oracle database server is running. To create a common user, these steps will have to be followed, and this would be for a SID user. So this is the command to create user. So create user, username identified by password. So it says user created. Next we create table space for that user along with the size. So table space is created now. Next we grant all privileges to the user. So grant is succeeded. So we have created user, table space and grant all privileges to the user. So now we need the host name where Oracle server is running. We will now go back to the output server installation steps and enter all these details. So we will now enter the host name here. So make sure that the hostname of Oracle installed server is resolvable by output server host. That is, Oracle installed host and output server installed host are able to do the DNS resolution to each other. Next, we need to enter the database name. For Oracle, we enter the username that was created. Next, we need to enter the port number for Oracle database server. So this is the port that is used. Next, we need to enter the Oracle username. So it is prompting the username that we just entered for the database name. So we'll proceed with this. Next, we need to enter the user password. Re-enter password. Next, we need to enter the service name of the Oracle database server. Here we enter the installed path for OpenText ODBC Oracle driver. Enter the full path of open source package start file. Do you want to enable encryption for OpenText Output Server? We'll go with yes. So we have selected all the options and now it gives a list where we perform pre-installation check to review installation and configuration options. So if installation and configuration options are correct, then we proceed with yes. If we need to modify any one or more options, then we will have to enter no and make necessary changes and then proceed further. So for now we will go with the yes option. So it has started OS package extraction. Open source package extraction is successful. It is configuring primary servers. It is now configuring delivery servers. So installation has been completed. So here we see OpenText Output Server 16.6 server successfully installed and configured. Next we need to source the environment. After this we will be able to see the server status. We can check the output server version here with this command. So OpenText Output Server 16.6 and package 10 has been installed. If you want to see the installation and configuration details, then you can use list host command. It will list all the details here. So with this we have successfully installed OpenText Output Server version 16.6 on a Linux machine with Oracle database using SID. Thank you.